And I did summon some help, giving him also a salute, mostly because that's friendly. And heading to kill the boss of this area, as I am now in the old Yarnham. And the beast in here, of course, appropriately is named Blood-Starved Beast. There's a reason for why I'm going to do it, because when I go and kill it also grants me a chance to get to a certain place which later becomes unavailable. So time to go and pick a fight with him or it. Blood-Starved Beast. Yeah, that's a beast. It's starving. So yeah, it's crazy. It's flayed, it's completely horrifyingly ragged mess. Pain. About as much as anything can be said to be anything, this thing is that. Yeah, it's a matter of me and Bill Temperhead bosses. Blood-Starved Beast is exactly that. And it wants to get some food, and once you get it enough damage. Oh, but as it's so aggressive, it's quite easy to get into there. Oh yeah, it went down mostly because I had 2 8s. Let's wave them goodbye, just because I am friendly. And with destruction of that beast, I also gained Sumeru Chalice, which allows me to get to the Chalice dungeons, and also this destruction of it gives me another interesting thing in Cathedral Wars, where I'm going now. Yep, I got completely surprised by a thing which I intended to show. Well, you couldn't see it. It's a big ugly guy carrying a sack. And this might actually show it better. But apparently the main the character Hunter has been captured by weird bag carrying things. They are appropriately called kidnappers or snatchers, however you wanna call it. And one more of these first person view places. And Jack the Ripper is still has now been moved to the Yahagul Unseen Village. And this is actually a different location because there's 2 Yahaguls in this game. And for some reason they locked me to a cell and didn't lock it. Well, time to do the magnificent amount of prison escaping. There's also cold blood. Beckon the moon. Yes, moon is some sort of a motive in this game. Well, what as much as I can say about From Software is that they like to put some sort of central motive in their game. It might be something about ash or embers or ash or embers in Dark Souls, or fire or ice.
Oh, merciful God, help me. In the name of the healing gem, cleanse us of this horrible dream.
Oh shit, this is weird. But there's somebody here.
By your garb, the healing Healing Church.
No, I actually stole it.
Save me. Oh, thank you, dear saint.
I'm not
No
saint
words
either.
to express my relief.
But
You can take this at least.
Well.
Surely he's an upstanding member of the church like you.
no, I'm not a member of a church,
Oh,
and certainly
thank you
not
so much.
upstanding one.
Dear gods,
Well,
thank you so much. I was seized on the street by the hulking brute in the cathedral ward and locked
oh yeah,
up here.
came out of
Many
nowhere.
others, but they've been taken away. And I've heard moans echoing in the distance ever since. So, the hunt is on tonight. Then the streets are perilous, and every door will be shut tight.
Yeah.
Perhaps it isn't my place to ask, but do you know somewhere that might take me in?
Oh yeah, I know of Odin Chapel.
Thank you so
It's in a
much.
cathedral ward, but it's a safe place.
I'll set out as soon as I can. I pray for success on your hunt. Kind hunter.
I'm not kind, I'm evil, vicious bastard.
I'll set out as I pray for kind.
And now I've been put to that fucking jail cell by some big ugly fucker. Well, it doesn't matter. I intend to find some ugly fuckers, and I'm gonna intend to kill them all, or at least as many as I can get my hands on. That's mostly because there's nature. You could say that the nature of reality in Bloodborne is very. Oh shit! Oh, that's just so nasty looking move. Just came out of, ambushed me and ripped my throat out. Oh yeah. Scream, you little whore, hag thingy. There's a door. Well, at least that's locked. They're not complete idiots. Just... And there's lots of prisoners, and for some reason, well, judging by his looks, he's on his path to becoming a beast, and I think those who are becoming beasts see everybody else as their beast. But why are not the beasts? Yep, there they are, kidnappers. But now they are they're here to batter you to pieces, not capture you, but to rip you apart. And they are strong. And they're quite hulking. And look at that, how much that just... They hit like a truck. And that attack comes quite quick. But despite them being quite horribly strong, they are not that unpredictable, which is very good thing. For this being unpredictable is the worst thing in this kind of game. But if you get it to do that lunge attack, that's a good thing for you. Now look at how much how much damage that one fight did it. Those things are very strong. So it's recommended that you fight them with as ruthless method as possible, or avoid fighting them completely. Oh yeah, he was... I think he saw me. Stun! Attack! Kill him. mutilate him. And he gives with bloodstone shots, which means getting captured wasn't so bad deal. And of course in games like these, prisons tend to be quite shoddy. And there seems to be some sort of watchdog beast lurking, so I'm not gonna go to the big fight with that thing, at least not yet. And that's also that kind of a thing, which is just a brief period of time in this game, or actually not so brief period, despite how. But after a certain event in the basic gameplay, this place becomes unreachable. Ow, 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 that's an annoying move which they have in this dispo. What the that's a religious thing, but it looks completely horrifying, ugly and disgusting. Well, lamp is on, so I have way to progress in this place. So try to check, can I get back to Hunter's Dream? Oh, yes I can, but yes I can. Oh, that's ugly. And can I actually get to other places? Yes, I can, meaning that being captured didn't make me do anything really weird. I can explore that place for my heart's content now. So yeah, time to head to the, well, somewhere else. Now, in the cathedral ward, the basic cathedral, this killing of the beast opened this side door with a lift up. And that's a bit of a sideway. But this allows access to a bit of, to a guy with a fucking machine gun. And a big chest. And this game has no mimics. And that is a Karu rune, which allows you to, well, they work something like a rings in Dark Souls, except that they are not as convenient to switch around. And now I found the Healing Church workshop, and of course apparently the Healing Church also does the deeds of killing things during the hunt. More twin bloodstone shards. Very good. And lots of dudes in this room. But like many other of these kind of guys, they are not particularly are you some sort of lay members of the Healing Church? Because how you hang around this place? Don't know. Weirdness. Oh yeah. I cut you apart and you apart as well, and give me your ammo. But still, something like a shooting. Oh, and a big guy of the church. Dead guy. Oh yeah, he got some coins. Although coins themselves are worth shit. Hey, you fell off. And the guy is sitting in a chair, but he's shooting with a, instead of a machine gun, shoots with a long arm. It doesn't matter, he went down anyways. Carved him apart. Still climbing upwards the ladder to the top of the cathedral, or big church building thingy. Sky and cosmos are one. The core. That's a nice word. Choir. Joy. Oh, is it joy? It's a bit hard to say. Lots of cold blood items. They are quite handy. They give you blood echoes. And yeah, you are wheeling around with your chair thingy, but otherwise you are just you're still just a man. As easily and brutally sliced apart as any other man. What does this chest have? Something nice, most likely. Radiant Sword Hunter Badge. That possibly allows to buy stuff from the door. And locked door. That, if door is locked, that means you can get a key to it. Well, this was quite much big bunch of nothing in here. Just a bit of side path. There's lots of places to explore in this game, so you're gonna get very familiar with many locations of this game, as you just have to struggle through them many times. And there's also always and you cannot pure them out from the enemies, so you can practically use any place in the game as a grinding spot, or however you want to see it. But that doesn't mean that the game becomes any easier usually, although the locations themselves usually are not the ones which are the most dangerous and lethal to you. It's the bosses which do the most killing of you. And so, but let's just try to get to this. Oh, it was not this way, it was this way, the bit of side path. Oops, where does this lead? Some sort of rooftop place. Oh, back to this place, and with more big chests to open, and more of these handy carol runes. Formless Odin and Messenger Urn Festival. I wonder what that means. Not to say, but now I'm back in the cathedral. Oh, with a flip down, and time to return to the Hunter's Dream, and so go elsewhere. Now I'm back at the Hemwick Charnel Lane place with all kinds of witches and all that kind of crappery, and with some snazzier clothing and a real weapon, Ludwig's Holy Blade weapon, which is a real sword, or something like an even more real sword, but it is not a crude. Oh, there's a critter. It's a bloody huge blade that you can chop things with, or a small, nice, nimble blade. It's a sword, and or a bloody huge sword, which is quite an actually interesting combination. But of course, when it's a matter of these trick weapons, you really don't want to think about how they work. Some of them, of course, might be just a long handle and a locking mechanism, but this one is a bit more complex. A huge sheath, but a huge sheath that you can make into a even more huge sword. More witches, but it's actually pretty in this, at least to my play style. It's actually pretty nice in this in the basic form of being a nice sword. Oh yeah. And the big guy is mash happy. but I am slice happy with a sword. Don't go to a sword fight with a brick, even if you might be someone of a size of a brick shithouse. And lots of twin shots to upgrade your weapons. He fell down. And god damn it. She did a big mistake for cutting my throat with the blunt end of that sickle she was carrying. If she would have cut with the sharp half, it would have quite easily ripped the hunter's throat completely open, and that's it. Game's over. But yeah, executioner managed to give up. Good up. They drop quite lots of blood vials, so they are nice. And that's a bit of a shortcut to the beginning of the Heimlich Channel lane, making it a bit easier to get through here. Well, of course there's still these mallet wielding maniacs. Still trying to find my path forward. And in that, when you are trying to shoot, come on. Oh, it's also just the finger slicing, head slicing, but with the blunt end of that huge axe. I'm gonna slice you apart with a regular, quite diddly-sized sword. But being small sword doesn't mean it is not lethal sword. Same would apply with guns in real life. Well, I think most people have been killed with 22 caliber gun instead of huge 44 magnums, and that's quite peculiar looking structure. And there's a reason for that. But more of these witches, and if your weapons are, or you yourself are so powerful enough to put most regular goons down with 2 slices, that's quite good indication that you are quite enough power to go through that places. That's how I see it, mostly because this game's difficulty level is not particularly low. It's actually quite high. But I have mentioned it, and this game does have reputation for being quite bloody difficult. And what? Odin rune. That should be some sort of foreshadowing that these are something relating to these is around here, is to be found in the Heimlich Channel lane, which isn't completely wrong at all. But of course it is guarded by a boss monstrosity in this quite bleak looking building. And these must be their assistants or apprentices or something. Well, being old women wearing just dresses doesn't make them particularly menacing in physical sense. Come on, load up your slice. Look at those bit. Stab and rip it open. And he gave me some blood vials. Madman's knowledge. And one of these nuclear things, which give up these shards, which is nice. And there is the boss down there, but I'm not gonna go engage them just yet. Most likely. Now, on my way to the witches, I intend to try a bit of a trick I learned about that. It includes being at one insight to fight against the witches of Hemwick. Actually, there's several of them. And the trick is that when you have 0 insight, she would regularly summon monsters to attack you, but as you don't have insight, you can just wail at her. So you just have to find her wherever she is hiding. Which is somewhere in this room, of course. And she can't do a shit about you. And where she appears, there's this little poof of thing. So find her, stagger her from with a back attack, and then stab her, give a visceral attack, and she suffers a quite big amount of pain, but she can't do shit about you. And there's one more, except, well, this one knows how to make magics, but they don't do shit. Knowing how to do magics doesn't help you much when monstrosities you try to summon don't show up. Because this guy is just so fucking stupid that he doesn't believe in anything weird happening ever at all. It's just this very... And one more which she goes down. Praise Lord. And there's this one lamp, which might be useful to light, but then going here, they were guarding something. There's been a hunter tortured. That is very handy tool. With that you can actually use now the Carhill rune. So it's time to actually end this episode right here after successfully using a trick to kill a actually easy boss, but it became impossibly easy. See you next time.